So I thought I'd compare Ballistol and Hoppes and see how they compared as gun solvents. So I have a mild steel plate that I sanded smooth. My plan is to get gunpowder residue, copper residue, and lead residue on this plate and see how the two solvents work cleaning it off. To do the copper and lead residue, I'm going to use a jacketed soft point bullet, and my plan was to put it in my power drill and sort of grind in. Here I am grinding in the lead in two spots on the plate, and then I'm going to flip the bullet around to the jacketed side, and I'm going to grind in some copper onto the plate. I'm not sure if this really represents what happens with copper fouling and lead fouling, but I thought it was a way to get the copper and lead on the plate to see if the solvents could remove it. So here's the plate. You can see the mark the lead made and the mark the copper made. Here's a better close-up. You can see the lead on the left and the copper on the right. Now it's time to get some gunpowder on the plate. So I took and put a row of my tight group gunpowder and lit it afire. I was surprised how slowly it burnt. It was also a lot of fun watching it burn on the plate. In fact, it was so much fun, I decided I need to do a second line of that powder. So here we are burning another line of powder into the plate. Once again, I'm not sure how closely this represents the actual powder fouling inside the barrel of a gun, but it's a way I can compare the two. So there's the copper fouling, the lead fouling, and the burnt powder on the plate. So here's my gear. I got my Ballistol and my Hoppes. I got some cotton patches and some bronze brushes. So my plan was to apply the solvents, first the Ballistol. Here I am just dabbing it on. I'm not trying to scrub the plate at this point. I'm just trying to apply enough solvent so I can let it soak. But you will notice a little dirt on the pad there. And now I'm going to apply the Hoppes the same way. I'll pour some Hoppes on a clean patch and just dab it on the plate so that it can soak. Alright, now the plate is covered with solvent. Now I'm going to let it soak for 5 minutes. Okay, after it's soaked, I took a clean bronze brush and coated it with some Ballistol. This is sort of to simulate what you would do with a bore brush. And then I scrubbed the plate. Then I took a different brush and did the same thing with the Hoppes. Again, I'm not sure if this is exactly the same thing as a bore brush scrubbing the bore of a barrel, but I feel like I'm okay since I'm doing a apples to apples comparison here. Okay, once I did the brushing, then I took a clean patch and I rubbed off the solvent. I noticed as I was rubbing off the solvent on the Ballistol side that there was still some grit from where the powder was burned, and all the rubbing I did didn't seem to remove that grit. I also noticed that although the lead mark went away, the copper mark is still on the plate. I took a clean patch and did the same thing on the Hoppes side. I noticed sort of immediately that the Hoppes seemed to have dissolved all the powder. There was no grit where the powder burn was. I also noticed that the Hoppes, while it got rid of the lead, left behind the mark made by the copper jacketed bullet. Now I'll show you a close-up of the plate now. You can see the sort of the difference, how much more of the powder the Hoppes was able to remove. was a little upset by that, so I decided maybe I need to let the Ballistol soak a little longer. Um, Here you can see the difference. It's pretty dramatic. So I put more Ballistol on the plate and let the plate soak another 5 minutes. Here's the liberally applied Ballistol. And then after some wiping, there's the plate, clean, like as clean as this side, the other side, the hoppy side. And there's the plate after all the cleaning. You can still see a little bit of the powder burn, and you can definitely see the copper fouling.